The other evening, I get a text late in the night from my son. It was late, like 10:20, 10:25. I was sound asleep. It was a video of his Miata running, taken from the driver's side, back to the engine. There were sparks flying off of here. And he sent me the video and asked, "This means my coil's bad, right?" I wrote, "Yep," and went back to sleep. Get up the next morning, I started researching about why it was sparked from here and if that actually means the coil's bad. So let me show you where this is on the car. Miata people already know this, but get the thing set up. Spark plug wires going into the coil pack right here. The hard part about the coil pack is the third bolt back around the back. That's what I'm going to talk about here. The third bolt and what all's going on. All right. So power gets the coil pack from the engine through here, the signal to fire. Coils step up the voltage to the spark plug wires. Now, 1 and 4, first cylinder, fourth cylinder, 2 and 3, two different coils. There's two coils here. This is called a wasted spark engine, which means this coil fires every time this cylinder or this cylinder needs spark. So spark plug fires every time the piston goes up on all cylinders. So that means the wires and the plugs are getting fired twice as much as they normally would. And with the engine turning at almost 4,000 RPM at 80 miles an hour, that's a lot of spark happening. So Mazda says, I don't know, 50,000 miles, change out your plugs and wires. Common wisdom on MiataNet and other places that deal with Miatas is every 25,000 miles at the latest, change out your plugs and wires. Which brings up, oh yeah, the third bolt. I think I put my hand back there. Let me do it anyway. Way back here is the third bolt. I can feel the hole where it goes with one finger. That's it. You can get one finger on there. No more. All right, let's look at this one. So this one, there's a part number on it. See that? B61PH4T00176. This one came off my parts car. You can see the third bolt. If you notice, the bracket, there's a rubber mount here. The bracket doesn't go around. You should be able to slide it up, but you can't. You cannot. And you can't get more than one finger on that bolt. I just showed you over on the car. I was reaching around, I can feel it right there. That's it. That's all you can get. The conventional wisdom on MiataNet and myself is once you get this bolt out, don't put it back in. Because the two bolts on top do a real good job of holding the coil pack on. It's isolated ground right there, and it's rubberized. But the only way to do it is open in wrench, turn about that, pull the wrench off, turn it over, put it back on, turn it about like that, repeat. It's a long bolt. It's about 3/4 of an inch long. It's not an inch. So if you're taking the coil pack off of Miata and the third bolt's still there, that means most likely your valve cover gasket's never been changed and your coil pack's never been changed or removed. You don't need the third bolt. I've run my car for the last 20,000 miles with no third bolt, no issues. All right. The coil's arcs, normally it would do that if the housing was cracked. Now, I've not seen his yet. He hasn't pulled it off. This is his replacement part because from Mazda, you're looking at 350. Or Mas Miata has the only genuine original equipment manufactured. Oh yeah, you saw the Mitsubishi sign on here. The only OEM part available I can find on the internet for $350 plus shipping and tax. Amazon has a Delphi version of this that the reviews on Amazon said it broke within first hour of running. I don't think I want to do that. They're expensive parts. He's going to put my used one on. And if he pulls his off and finds there's no cracking on here, which could be, then it comes down to it happened during a severe rain. I'm 100 some odd miles from downtown Houston. They got almost 9 inches of rain the last 3 days in the Houston area. He works in Houston. He was driving the car out of Houston when it started running bad. There were severe moisture issues, water probably everywhere. I think he was going through some high water. Well, for a Miata, all water's high. But as soon as it dried out, stopped raining, the car ran perfect. It wasn't doing it anymore, which comes back to the plugs and wires. Why would the spark come out here or look like it's coming out here? It's probably coming from here, going through the bracket and out. It means there's too much resistance in the spark plugs and the spark plug wires. I asked him, have you changed your plugs and wires in the last 25,000 miles? Turns out the video I did in October of 22, changing the plugs and wires on that car, was the last time they'd been changed. He's put almost 40,000 miles on it in the last year and a half. It's what he bought it for. It's a commuter beater. It's his daily driver beater car, and it's ugly. But he's good with that. Once he's done driving it for that, he can fix it up then. So he's going to change plugs and wires and put this coil on. And I'll bet his coil, if it's not cracked back here, is just fine with plugs and wires. So that's the point of this video. If you're getting sparks from the back of your coil pack on your 1.6 Miata and it's really, really wet out, replace your plugs and wires, and it might make the problem go away. Because these things are not cheap. $350 for Mas Miata. If it's cracked, then you can't fix it. The other option, which I'm not going to do a video about because I've not done it myself, is putting a coil on plug setup. Quite a few people have done that on the 1.6. They take a Toyota plug on coil or coil on plug setup, get rid of the wires, wire it up to where you have a coil on plug, no more wires, and the plugs last longer too. You get a hotter spark, makes it run better. Something to think about. But all the Miata people out there, Treasure Coast Miata, the used parts place over in Florida, they have one of these ready to go for $75, a used one just like that. If you can't swing the new one, I'd say Treasure Coast the place to call. They had a couple on in stock yesterday when I looked online. Anyway, simple Miata tip.